Hello, everyone. Welcome back. 99ers, the lifers. We're in it for life. So today might be a long one. We're going to go over lots of stuff. We're going to go over the most important aspect of trading, which is your brain and where you're at. Jesse and I had a long talk last night, and it's nice to talk to somebody. It really is. You can bounce ideas off each other. You come up with things that you might not have thought of while you're just sitting there by yourself, sitting there stewing in the negativity that might be a lost trade or a blown account. Or maybe you're going through something in your personal life that is just disabling you from, seeing all the gains that you feel you deserve. Or maybe deep down, somewhere inside, there's a seed, a black seed that's been festering and growing, and it's convincing you that you don't deserve success. Are you afraid of success? What is success to you? Do you want a yacht and a helicopter and a caddy, your own apartment building? Or is it simply, you know, loving family? Enough, just enough. Is that success? Probably the majority of you came into the trading scene because you want to get rich, because you see other people that may or may not be rich, but they play it off good. And it's very enticing. The last bull run was very, very enticing. Every bull run was enticing. And then when the bull run is winding down and you buy the top, it's devastating. It's absolutely devastating. And not just to a portfolio, but to your person. I want enough money to buy my favorite car, 40 grand, and my own home so I can get away from negative people. Yeah, man. Absolutely. That sounds great. Sounds perfect. Absolutely. And everybody's just like, "Oh, you're so materialistic." It's just like that's the world we live in. The world is consists of material things. And unless you want to be in a cardboard box outside of a gas station, you're going to need to be materialistic, at least somewhat. So, whatever success is to you, you obviously have a goal. You have a goal in mind that you want to achieve. And it's going to take time to reach that goal. So, I'm just going to safely assume that everybody in here has already mastered the easy parts of trading. Okay. Kids can draw triangles. You can teach an elephant to trade. You can teach an elephant to chart, I should say, not trade. That's the easy part. Okay. I want you to guys, each and every single one of you, ladies, guys, I want you all to get a notebook and a pen. And I want you to jot down what do you find most easiest about trading? And on the other side of that coin, write down what do you find most challenging about trading? Physically write these down. Make that a reality in your trading. Because I know a lot of you are struggling. I know you're having a hard time figuring out what it is that you need to figure out. And the easy part's done. You've spent time in the charts. You know what divergences are. You know what shapes are. But what is it that's holding you back from growing your portfolio? It's the hard parts of trading. The hard work that you need to get through is the hard parts in trading. Making a conscious effort into working on these specific things is what's going to get you out of a losing streak, keep you consistent. You know, it's easy for people to get into trading and go, oh, this doesn't work. You know, Crypto Lifer is a phony. His system doesn't work. Master Friend is a complete phony. I got liquidated. Well, you know, one person out of hundreds is not going to define me as an educator or a trader or your friend. Not even close. But I will submit that each and every one of those people who talk smack are not profitable in any system because they can't find any consistency doing anything. So for me, the hard part in trading is not trading. That is the hardest part for me, is to not trade. I'm getting fairly good, like really fairly good. And yesterday I took 2 losses on NASDAQ, and it wasn't even the losses that bothered me. I didn't realize it till after. And it wasn't the losses that bugged me. What bugged me is that I didn't stay disciplined. My model was there. It was right there. And price blew right through it twice in a row. And I knew not to press the button yesterday. I told myself, it's right there. Just hit it. Doing things I know I should not be doing. This is where I struggle. That is the hardest part for me. And my accounts are pretty, respectable. And it's just like the millionaires, I can afford that. I can take that loss. This is the most hardest game to play ever. And it's all psychological. So when we've got CPI data, don't trade that day. It's so much easier said than done, especially for somebody like me who's just ready to go. And I'm just ready to go at any time. I could be dead in my sleep. And if someone was to break into my house, I'm ready. Because that's just the kind of person I am. I'm really high strung. I'm really high energy on both spectrums, right? If I'm in a good mood, I'm in a really good mood. If I'm in a bad mood, I'm in a really bad mood. It's just the way I am. It's just the way I'm wired. And Jesse brought something to my attention last night that rang real true, is that we are hard workers. We work hard. You're here because you work hard. And if you've been in the 99 for more than 3 months, you've basically, passed the vetting threshold of, you know, getting kicked around, not giving up. You've passed that threshold. If you've lasted 3 months in the 99, you're a hard worker. But these charts are the exact opposite as everything in life. No joke. Why do you think they make the green candles up close? Those aren't money. The red candles are money. You want to be getting in while price is going down. You don't want to wait till it starts moving up. You don't want confirmation. You want to, if you're bullish, do you want to get in at the bottom of the pattern, or do you want to and maximize your profits? Take some profits when it breaks out, stop loss at entry. And if it keeps going in your favor, boom, you just nailed a savage trade. But is it going to fake out breakout? And then you're like, oh yeah, it's breaking out now, so it's going to continue. And then you ape in, and then it goes back in your face. Where would you rather get in? At the bottom of the pattern, where it's closer to your stop loss? Or have your stop loss the same spot and then wait for it to break out? And then you're getting in because FOMO's kicking in. You're fearful of missing out on that trade. Well, that's not your trade. That's not your hard work. That's the easy part. That's easy. Trading breakouts is easy. Oh, it's going up now, so I'm just going to get in and ride quote unquote momentum. No, that's way too easy. If it was that easy, everybody would be making it. The patience to wait for your model. Do you know what your model is? Do you really? You remember that one trade that made you feel great? You got in at the perfect spot. It went to your take profit. You took profits along the way. It was just smooth sailing. You didn't have to question it. You sat back eating Cheetos and you were just watching your profits glide. That trade, that's your model. That's yours. That's the chart singing to you. Forget everything else. Just play that one. You only need one. There's hundreds of ways to get into a trade, but you only need one. If you spread yourself too thin across a bunch of assets and a bunch of styles, you're never going to find consistency. That's literally the opposite of consistency. Your weaknesses and your strengths in trading, I want you to write those down and be honest with yourself. Okay, I'm not there to watch what you're writing down. I don't know each and every one of you's trading styles. You know, we all pretty much rock the same, style in crypto. But as far as, all the trades you take behind the scenes that you lose, I don't know all of those. I can't tell you what your weaknesses are. I can't sit there and watch you write them and tell you, good job. That's something you got to do. You got to hold yourself accountable. There's no video, pill, drink, book, anything. There's nothing external that's going to fix the internal mess that resides within you. You're going to have to clean that mess up. And believe me, I had to do it. And I still struggle with it. When I get on a hot streak, I think I'm top rank. And then I get slapped. When I'm doing things I know I shouldn't be doing, when I'm pressing that button when I know I shouldn't be pressing it, it's devastating when I lose. Just because, well, I'm wired that way. I'm a guy. So any loss, I just automatically, I think it's an absolute defeat. And I can't even see past my nose to realize tomorrow's a new day. When you finally discover your model in trading, all those weaknesses will become your strengths. When I see my model, I FOMO in. I really FOMO. But I'm not FOMOing at the wrong times. I'm FOMOing at the right times. If you're one that holds trades long in the negative, waiting for it to go back up, praying to the candle gods, I want this, please, please, just go back up. I'm down so much, just go back up to my entry. Please. Holding trades long in the negative will end up becoming a strength of yours. And it will take some time to redo all that and recondition yourself. Because once a trade's up, you'll just see profits and you'll be like, okay, that's good enough for me. I'll just take it. And then it will rip even harder. And you'll be like, why didn't I just hold on to it? Well, because you've been conditioned to be fearful. So now you're terrified that all the gains that you see in your unrealized P&L, you're terrified. You see it up $1,000 or whatever. And then you're like, wow. And you don't even give a crap about where your measured move is. You don't. You see your profits and you take them right away. You don't even leave a runner. You're just like, gimme. That is a weakness. Don't condition yourselves to the point where you're just terrified of pulling the trigger. There's demo accounts for a reason. So you can practice. And man, since our last group meeting in the 99, I've seen a lot of you asking questions, rolling your demo accounts, happy, consistently gaining. That is beautiful to me. That right there, that's somebody who's working hard at discovering themselves, figuring out what they love to trade, what works, what doesn't work. When you're going for your driver's license, do they just let you get in a car at 14, 12? No, you got to practice with somebody because you don't want to die. You don't want to hurt others. You got to look at that exact same scenario in your trading. If your account goes away, you're dead. This ain't a game. You want to be a professional trader? What's going to happen when you're on a hot streak and you've quit your job, you're a year in, and let's just say you and your significant other are having a battle and you start kamikaze trading. Okay, everything, the entire family is relying on you remaining disciplined. And then you blow it. And then you got to go look for a new job. That's the reality of trading. If you want to be a professional at this, you can't get caught slipping. You're only one click away from blowing it all. You got to have rules and you have to abide by those rules. And believe me, they're hard. They are so hard to abide by, especially when you're sitting in your studio all by yourself. No one's around but you. And you know you shouldn't touch that button. And you just say, oh, screw it. I'm just going to see what happens. That's when you're going to blow it. That's when everybody blows it because they can't accept the loss. That's my second biggest downfall to trading, is not being able to accept a loss for the day. And I'll just paint you a picture, okay? I only play at specific times of day. So when New York opens, I'm looking for my setup. And by 11 a.m. New York time, if my setup doesn't form, I don't need to be in the markets. If I lose and I get it wrong, I can't accept the loss. I have to get it back. That is my biggest downfall, is I just can't see tomorrow. Even yesterday, when I was doing the leverage mastery follow-up, I was so butthurt that I pulled the trigger when I wasn't supposed to. And yeah, I got my loss back and then some. I was actually up $400. But I was so choked at myself for doing something that I wasn't supposed to do. And then to top it all off, I go and get my loss back. That's not a win to me. That is garbage. It was CPI. I shouldn't have been in the charts at all. Not even like, I even tell my students, I promise myself I won't pull the trigger on CPI, FOMC with my live accounts. And there I was, thinking I'm better than I am, thinking that the markets are going to TA properly. Okay, those specific days, the markets don't do what they're supposed to do. TA doesn't work. It might work for a little bit and then it doesn't. Okay, go look at yesterday. Go look at the NASDAQ. It ripped down, grabbed everybody's stops, and then mooned 900 ticks. And that's a lot. Like, that's a lot, dude. Sorry, and girls. That is a lot. So normally, the original move is the fake move, and then they'll reverse it and it will dump 3 times harder. So here I am going, yeah, I'm going to catch this reversal. There it is. There's the market structure shift. There's the retracement. Bang. Retraced right into my stop loss. After winning the first trade, mind you. And then I did it again. So I lost 800 in 2 trades. And then I made matters even worse for myself and got in on my money printer model. And yeah, sure, I got it back. Yeah, sure, I was up a bit, but it did not feel good. What makes me feel good is knowing that I've done the right thing at the right times. I don't need to trade every day. Day trading isn't everyday trading. You might be in the charts. You might be looking for your model. But if it doesn't form, you don't hit it. And for me, I don't play CPI. I don't play FOMC. I don't play non-farm Thursdays. Okay, if you got non-farm payroll on Friday, you don't trade Thursday, period. All of us. You are not going to win. And if you do, it's just a false sense of accomplishment because it's going to walk on you the next time. I guarantee you. The market makers use those high impact news drivers as a smoke screen. And then people will just say, oh yeah, we had bullish CPI. And then it tanks. And they're like, oh, well, I guess it was just a squeeze. So they'll make up some excuse as to why their TA didn't work out. But realistically, it's gambling. Are you a trader or are you a gambler? A lot of us traders, there's a hidden gambler within us that we might just be discovering. You might have not have even known it was within you. You might have never grabbed a scratching win in your life. But suddenly you get in the charts and everything that you didn't know about yourself is being exposed and brought forward. And that is the hard work that we all have to put in, is the hard things. We've already got the easy stuff down. It's already down. We got it. Now it's time to put in the hard work. Roll your sleeves up, put on your rubber boots, grab the shovel, and get in there with your concrete. When you go and pour a slab for your driveway, That's finished. That's a finished piece of work. If somebody pours a slab in your driveway and it's all bumpy and, doesn't plane out, doesn't slope properly, you're going to be choked at that guy and you're never going to hire him again for anything. You wouldn't hire him to walk your dog. Every trade we take, we are pouring concrete. And it's going to be the finished product every day. Now, the best part about trading is that we don't have to answer to no one but ourselves, which is exactly what we want. And you remember those days when you just didn't want to go to work, but you had someone to answer to? Guess what? You don't have to go into work that day. You don't want to. Oh, it's CPI. I'm just going to sleep in. Do it. Sleep in. Don't even open up the charts. And I'm just speaking to myself in personal experience because I don't know where all you are at. So I'm just hoping you can find some relation to this, right? I'm just using one specific rule that I broke yesterday. And, again, I hope you guys can find some relation to this. If you are struggling as a trader and you're not journaling, I promise you, journaling will help you. It will help create a pseudo experience in your mind where you can recondition yourself to seeing your model play out. Even if you get it wrong, write it down as if you got it right. And I know you think I'm crazy, but this is what fast-tracked me to becoming a profitable trader. It not only creates a pseudo experience in your mind where you're reconditioning yourself to be happy in your trades, but it also helps you hold yourself accountable, even though you're lying. Okay, technically you're lying, but severe mental patients who can't go out in public because they're beyond paranoid do this. They journal that they were fine out in public, even if they weren't. And over time, it creates this pseudo experience to where they're not fearful anymore. And it works really good. Jesse asked me, how the hell did I learn smart money concepts so quick? Because I journaled, because I did what I was told. I didn't have to do and go through and endure all of the things that my mentor went through. I just had to listen and actually put it to practice. Have a special book that you write down all of your trades. Pick a direction for the market for the day and use your TA to get in sync with that direction. If you're offside, it'll let you know real quick. Okay. The markets will let you know real quick if you're onside or not. But write it in your journal as if you were onside. So that way, when you go and get in the charts for your next setup, your brain already knows what to do. Your subconscious mind already knows what time it is. And that will help you. It will build that positive experience and snowball effect into you discovering who you are as a trader and what your model is in trading. making the conscious effort to do this. Okay. People have issues, right? We all got our own individual issues. And no one's is worse than the other. Okay. Everybody's issues is all the same in retrospect, right? What seems like a big deal to others might not seem like a big deal to you, but in their mind, it is. So, like, you got all these, people who don't have that conscious mind, who don't want to make a conscious effort, who don't truly want to give it their all and their best. And it's easy to say, this sucks. This doesn't work. You're not a good trader. Nothing you do works for me. Well, you didn't put in the hard work. You didn't do what you were told. You didn't journal. You didn't practice in a demo. You just thought you were going to hop in the ER and start operating on people and wondering why all your patients are dying. That's what this is. Each trade you take is a patient in the ER. You're not going to go into the ER and just start operating on people with no tenure. Taking a break is so underrated. It's ridiculous. You know why flavors marinate after leaving your spaghetti in the fridge overnight and just taste so good? They had time to absorb everything. You warm up your spaghetti the next day and you're like, why is this so good today? Our brains are spaghetti. They even look like spaghetti. So if you've been in the charts for months on end and you don't take a break, how are you going to absorb all of that information and think about it? You're just constantly feeding your brain information and you don't allow yourself the time to absorb it. When I went on vacation last summer, I was forced to stay out of the charts. And when I came back, I was on top of it. Like undescribable. Like I'd be bragging if I said anymore. I'm just telling you right now, it was amazing. And I was really on top of my game. What else do you love in life to occupy your time besides trading and learning about trading? Whatever that is, I want you to start doing it. I want you to start occupying your brain when it's not time to trade with something that is not traded related or trading related. Okay. I really love playing GTA. I don't really care for much video games. I don't know why. I love GTA Online. It's great. So I got GTA. And, video games are pretty looked down upon, but I have issues. I have serious issues in myself. I had a really terrible childhood. I ran away from home. I don't feel like I deserve success. My stepdad was always, you're going to end up in jail and on drugs. I don't ever talk to that dude no more. Ever. But that guy, ever since an early age, convinced me that I wasn't worth success. I watched that guy work his dog off. I guess he didn't work that hard, but, he slept until 10 every day. But he was the boss of his own company. And He just slaved for nothing. He still lives in an 800 square foot house I grew up in. He still lives there. And it's gross. You know, we got to really, really recondition ourselves through all the bad stuff that we went through. And we got to literally tell ourselves that we deserve success. We deserve this. We deserve freedom. Now, trading might not be the answer for each individual, but we're all here putting in the hard work. So, you know, this is for us. If you don't have the patience to wait for your model and you're just going to sit there and continue to pull the trigger when you know you shouldn't, you're not trading. You're gambling. If you want to trade FOMC like that Sato guy and get wrecked constantly, you're not a trader. You may as well go and buy a lotto ticket. What are the odds of winning the lottery? Pretty damn slim. Now, what are the odds of you growing your account with a disciplined trading practice? Pretty dang good. There's no fine line here. You are either one or the other. Now, some of you know what the problem is. I know what the problem is. But I am such a badass that I will tell myself where to go, especially when I'm in that moment and I'm angry. I will flip myself the bird and I will literally shoot my own foot when I'm in that moment. And the conscious effort that I have to make to keep myself consistent is the hardest part I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to get across. And it's not just like, okay, you did it this day, you're good to go now. No, every day, every week, all year, for the rest of my life, I want to do this. I want to become mega rich. I have a profit target before I not retire, but before I can, calm down. Okay. And having that video game for me is like the saving grace. I've done it all. I've been not a pro snowboarder, but I was pretty dang good. Pro DJ, pro producer, pro event coordinator. I built my own houses. I built apartment buildings, detailed cars, like you name it, I did it. But nothing is as good as this. All those things were super easy. So like my main goal right now is to not spend a lot of money and grow my accounts. And once I make my profit target, I'm not just going to fade off into the wind, but I want to chill. And I got like an autistic level of focus, like tunnel vision. So when I'm into something, I'm really into it and I figure it all out, all the intricacies, everything. Like I want to know how it works, what makes it work, and everything behind it. So I need an outlet. to keep my brain occupied. Now, if you, I was just gonna say, like, I'm bored with everything. I've done it all. I've done everything that I want to do. Maybe travel more, but as far as like life goes, like I've done it all. I'm bored with it. Fun, I overdid fun for years. And now I'm like hyper focused on what I want to do. I don't know what's ahead of for me after I reach my target, but I know I don't want to be doing anything else until I get there. So whatever you love to do besides trading, and you got to love it just as much as you love trading. I want you to try and occupy some of your time away from the charts. Give yourself that rest. Give yourself the ease that the charts ain't going to move without you. You can check on them every once in a while, wait for your model to play out, and bang. But you got to practice the patience and wait for it. I'm telling you, if you're in these charts every day and you're pulling the trigger every single day, that's not healthy. That's not good for you. And I know some of you don't want to hear it, but the things that you don't want to listen to and you don't want to hear are the things that you need to hear and should listen to. Some of you guys, especially me, you don't even know that you have addiction issues. But all of a sudden you get in the charts and you can't pull yourself away. You can't not pull the trigger. And the reality is nobody's ever told you this before. Nobody's ever told you that day trading is an everyday trading. You just think, okay, the charts are moving, I'm going to look for my pattern. I'm going to look for something to engage with. Don't do that. What is success to you? Is success scalping a tiny little move with a whole lot of leverage just so you could say, yeah, I'm a trader? I'm sorry, but $100 movement in Bitcoin, I don't consider flawless or game changing. It's actually quite easy to do. But you can catch massive moves, not even being in the charts all day. Once a week. Once a week. For a lot of you, you just want to get rich and you want to be rich right now. But what about enough? What about being content with enough? Really ask yourself, how much more money per month would it take for you to feel successful? So for those of you that are on a tight budget, if you could pull $1,000 out of the market in 1 month and be consistent with that, would that be enough for you? If you could do that, I would call you a pro trader. If you could pull $200 a month out of these markets consistently, I would call you a pro trader. It doesn't have to be a lot, but you got to start somewhere until you're comfortable with who you are and what you're doing. It's going to take some of you a lot longer than others to get it, whether it be your own brain or your situation with work. And if you work a very, very high demanding job where you need your hands all day, I got news for you. Bad news. It's going to take you a lot longer. But the good news is you will still get there as long as you don't give up. And in a little bit, I'm gonna help you. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to swing trade properly. And you're gonna need to practice this for a while. You're gonna need to understand specific things. You're gonna need to use that weakness of holding your negative trade forever, praying for it to go back up. You're gonna need to flip that weakness into a strength and hold that trade while you're in massive profits. Because, and not all of you, okay? But if this is you, I'm speaking right to you, right to your heart. If you can't hold a trade in profits, it's because you're used to losing. You've been conditioned to losing trades. You have no idea where price is going. And you're scared that it's not going to hit your measured move. So you see profits and bang, you take them. No second guessing. None of that. You just take them. And then you're just like, oh, well, it kept ripping in my favor. So, I'll just call that a win. Yeah, you might have won. But how much more could you have won if you were conditioned properly? A lot of the time, it's a lot more. What is success to you? So last week, Tuesday being the low of the week to the high of the week from Tuesday to Thursday, that thing moved $3,377. How much of that would you need that week to consider yourself successful? This week, same thing. Low of the week on Tuesday. And so far it's up $2,856. So it's up 8.2%. What was this percentage? So for this whole week, it went up 9.95%. Now, I know there's spot traders in here, all right? But at 200x, that's ridiculous. That's a good amount of money. At 30x, that's a good amount of money for the week. Look at Friday. Look at Saturday. Look at Sunday. Trash. I know you know not to be in these markets on the weekend. I know you know it. And a lot of you are still trading weekends. Why would you want to be in there? It's not trending. It's not doing anything. It's a seek and destroy profile. Can't see my chart? Word up. Oh, I was on the wrong one. Oops. It's on Euro. I don't like showing off that account. Sorry. Excuse me. Well, you guys got a sneak peek. Oh, shucks. Well, cat's out of the bag now. It's a nice account anyway. Let me go through that little bit again here. Tuesday low of the week. This is what I'm looking for every week. Okay, I don't get it every week, but when I do, she going pump. She going to do something nice. Tuesday traditionally will make the higher low of the week, especially if Monday consolidates. That's what I want to see. I want to see Monday do nothing. Okay, it might move, but if Monday moves, I don't care. I'm not trading it. I am trading Tuesdays, and that's it. For swing trading, the weekly range. I want to see the low of the week made on Tuesday. And this was called out. So you got 18, what is that? 100 or 1,000? I don't know. We'll just say 100 for now. 1,800% from bottom to top of the weekly range. Okay, how much of this would you have needed to be satisfied, to consider yourself a success? Okay, at 30x, this is handsome. This is a nice trade. At 15x, this is decent. As long as you trust your model, I trust this. And I, put a handsome sum in. Right? So after this broke market structure here, look at how that SR flip actually worked out. Right? Monday did nothing. And that's what I want it to do. There's no reason to be trading Mondays ever. It's false move Monday for a reason. Boom, boom. You can bet the farm it's false move Monday. And there's a reason for that. Okay, when the new trading week opens and it starts breaking down, everybody sees this as an SR flip, not me. I know that this is the false move for the week. So there's, in the 1 minute time frame, there is a nice money printer in here. Okay, and if you're not versed in my money printer model, I suggest you check out my YouTube, and that is for free. That is for all of you. It can be your model, but it's in every bottom and every top, and it is very, very high probability after a stop hunt. So where's everybody's stop losses? Right here. Okay, stop hunt. In here, you have a money printer model, and it blasts off. Market structure shift uses this as support now. Bang, bang. Okay, so Wednesday makes a bottom here. And it goes up 8%. So that's 1,600% holding to the high. And of course, I'm so used to 200x that I forget that a lot of you guys aren't into leverage. So, if you're in a spot, you're using a lot of money, and 5% is still extremely handsome. Okay, if you can grow your portfolio 6% in a month, you are doing so good. That should be a very, very low-hanging fruit objective for you, is to grow your entire portfolio by 6% in 1 month. Okay, this is 1 week and not even bottom to top. But once this made a swing high here and confirmed by this candle, well, let's see, high of this candle is 97250 and this one is 977. So this one is a little bit taller. So this candle here confirmed the swing high. So perhaps maybe you only got 4.5% out of that sucker. That's still really good. The fib I took from the environment wick to wick. So it's this low here and this high here. And the reason why I took it from the wicks and not the bodies and not this is because it came down a little bit too far. So once this came down a little bit too far, now I'm adjusting my fibs. At first I was pulled from here, but once it broke to and through, I'm like, that's not the spot. So we'll pull from here. Oh, does that make sense? No. Look at how the 786 comes right in the middle of these bodies. right? Not really making much sense. So I'm pulling from the wicks. And I go, wow, okay, that 786 being respected, tops of the 618 being respected, fair value, which is half of the range, all respected very, very nicely. So this is where it makes sense. So last night I was saying, wow, Tuesday could be making the low of the week. Monday did basically nothing. Comes down, makes a swing low in the 786 retracement. This was my entry. And around here was my exit. And that was met quite handsomely. And this is my model. This is the money printer. When you have a macro time frame dumping into a 786, I'm looking for a cup and handle in this zone. And that is like slap you silly high probability. There's nothing that's more. I'm telling you, I'm not bragging. I've done it all. I've studied it all. Wyckoff, Elliott Wave, animal crackers, circles. This is why I don't use anything else. This is why nothing is on my charts when I trade, other than the sessions. Where are they here? Well, they're disappeared right now, but the daily separators, because I want to see where the top and the bottom of the daily candle might be, and the sessions. Okay, that's all I need. I don't need anything. I don't need divergences. I don't need anything, because I found the one thing that makes me money. That's why I call it the money printer model. It's literally an ATM machine that never quits. 2 weeks in a row, I called the bottom. And even though I was in a short this week, no big deal, right? Well, actually, I wasn't in a short this week. But I did short this here. I was shorted in here right to the fair value gap. Price seeks to balance inefficiencies and then run out liquidity. So where's everybody's liquidity? Right at the equal highs. Where did price go? Where did it stop? Right at the equal highs. Once you balance an inefficiency, it's going to run out liquidity. Everything you need is in these candlesticks. Now, if you need visual aid, if you need the RSI, if you need moving averages, if you need VRVP, please use it. Absolutely. But find consistency with it. Don't just tell yourself that it looks good. Those traders aren't profitable. And you guys want to be profitable, right? We all do. Find the one thing that makes you money and don't change it. Ever. Even if you see a guy playing harmonic patterns and he's killing it, don't change your style. That's his hard work. There's people that are going to look at you and go, oh, wow, that guy's doing really good. He's got his system down. And they're going to want to gravitate toward you. And they're going to change everything that they were doing to come and learn what you're doing. Don't change what you're doing. Don't be that guy. Don't be that person. Back to the weekend here. There's no reason to be in these markets. Okay, watch them. Watch them and watch how freaking scammy they are. Price is going to do two things and two things only, ever. It's going to trend or it's not going to trend. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you have a high probability of price trending. Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe Thursday. Maybe we come and attack this high here. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Mondays. It should be illegal for these charts to be open on the weekend. Like, for real. Everybody making gains Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday reverses on them. Saturday does nothing. Sunday might do something, usually does nothing. Monday does nothing. And guess what? Everything that you work towards is gone. That's not trading. That's impulsive gambling, where you're just sitting in front of the slot machine and pumping in quarters just for the sake of pumping in quarters. I'm telling you right now, you guys, we all need a proper rules-based system to become professionals. There's no way out of this than being a professional. If you want to be successful, have yourself trading times. Okay. If those times of high probability movement don't align with your personal situation, then you're going to have to make some sort of sacrifice. Whether it be you trade a Saturday for a Tuesday when price really moves for your work, if that's doable. Now, I don't have the answers for you for that. I really don't. I can, teach you how to do things with the charts, but as far as your personal situation goes, that's all on you. And it makes me kind of sad for those people who are just, stuck in their jobs and they just have no way out. And I'm telling you right now, okay, my job was high demanding. Okay. I was a foreman of a commercial construction company. Okay. Yeah. My hands were busy all day, every day. And I still made it. I demo traded for over 2 years. Think about that. Okay. I never had a mentor. I was just some straggler learning on YouTube, trying to figure this stuff all out. I didn't have a mentor. You guys have a mentor that went through the depths of hell to get to where he is, to figure this all out. You don't have to make the mistakes that he made. Even for myself, for a lot of you, I'm for you guys that are utilizing the lifer system, I can be your tutor, but Sam's your mentor. I don't mind helping you guys out, figuring out stuff with his style. I spent a long time with it. I'm fairly comfortable with it. And that's what I do. I play the Sammy Cup and Handy in the 786 retracement. After lows have been taken, low, taken, equal lows, taken, brap. And then I play the cup and handle. Bang. That's it. And then I pay myself at opposing highs. That's it. That's all I do. I don't do anything else. I don't chase. I don't look for flags. I don't look for triangles. I just play the cup and handle. That's it. Up and down. So 6% a month with compound interest. Compounding your gains so that every single trade that you take, your risk becomes greater. It never goes beyond 1%. But every time you make a gain, that 1% becomes greater. So if you had a $50,000 account and your risk was 1%, you'd be risking $500. Right? Now, if you get a 10-to-1 risk reward, you just made $5,000. Okay, so now you're at $55,000. And now your risk becomes $550. So if you make a 10-to-1 risk reward, I can't do the math right off my head, but I think you just add a zero. It'd be $5,500. So now you're at $60,500 and your risk is 1%. Right? So now you're risking $650. So every time you make a gain, your 1% of your entire account becomes greater. And that's how you compound your gain. Yeah, compound gain your portfolio. At the end of a year, that is a very respectable account. Now, 6% a month is very easy to achieve. Now, I'm not saying don't do more than that, but have that your quota. Whatever model you love to play in these charts, hunt that and that only. And look for one at max 2 per week. Okay, and I'm not talking to the leverage masters here. These guys are straight up degens, and that system basically caters to emotionals because I made it and I'm emotional, so it catered to how I traded, right? Success, your model, the hard work on hard things, the patience to wait, journaling, conscious effort, your weaknesses and strengths, spaghetti brain, occupying your spare time. Okay, these were the itinerary for today. So let's get into swing trading. And this is for all my working class heroes. Okay, this is for people who can't be in the charts all the time and don't want to be. Frankly, there's people who just don't want to be in the charts all the time, but they want to trade. So we're going to start in the monthly time frame. Okay, this is where all of your trades are going to be based from, is the monthly time frame. And there's nothing different going on in the monthly that is going on in the 1 second chart. It's all the same. Price is fractal. Upside down, backwards, inside out, right side up. It's the same. So right away, you want to pull from your bear market low to your bull high. Now, I love using the bodies. Okay, I don't really care for the wicks, but look at how perfect this is. Okay, this is the monthly time frame. I literally just showed you this exact same setup in the 1 hour time frame. The exact same thing. Literally. Nothing different. Price was hanging out in a premium market, slammed down into a discount, hit the 786 retracement like beautifully, did a market structure shift right in here. Sorry, a market structure break, and then started riding up. This is trustworthy. This is something worth your time and your attention. Now, you don't need to know everything that's going on in the candlesticks. You really don't. But the fibs help you frame the idea. Okay, so once you have a stop hunt, which is the 786 retracement is just a stop hunt. That's all it is. All these suckers that went long here that don't know how to pay themselves or bought the top, the fibs, you're just measuring the fear being induced into them. If people were chasing this, where's their stop losses? Well, logically, it's right here. Okay, if people were chasing this, where's their stop losses? Well, logically, it's right here. This is the accumulation zone. What are they accumulating? Your stops. All of our stops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 months. So practically a year from this candle here to make 130%. And that's without leverage. Now, I don't know why people are getting hit with all these ridiculous fees on MEX. I have never been hit with them. Okay, but I don't trade anything else but Bitcoin. That's not true. Sometimes when price is making sense, I will hit it. Okay, when the setup's really obvious, then I'll hit it. But look at how long I wait. The last setup that I posted to the 99 that was high probability for me was fill. And that was about March, February of last year. And it banged right to my target. Okay. And it took me a long time to be comfortable with posting an altcoin, which was APT. And it did exactly what I wanted it to do. I had to wait months for that. All right, so here we've got a year to make 130%. So what's, just because I'm slow, 6 times 12, 72. Okay. If you had a quota of 6% a month, well, this is more than 6% and it's less than a year. So 72% of your account to grow in 1 year, being consistent with 6% every month. This flew right by it in less than a year. Okay. Yeah, you had to be patient, but you're up. This divergence here was called in the group. Now, you might not have been in the group then. So let's go back. Well, I guess we move forward a bit. Honey, daddy's with students right now, okay? Okay, we're always preaching support and resistance, right? There it is. There's support. Resistance flips support. Now, I don't subscribe to it in the lower time frames. I only use support and resistance in the monthly, weekly, and maybe the daily. That doesn't mean you don't have to, but for us swing traders or the long-term traders, this is what we're looking for. Okay, so if you had a stop loss below this guy here, when this candle confirmed these three as a swing low, that was never hit. Now, if you were panicking that you were in the negative all month and not being convicted with your stop, that might have spooked you out a bit. But then it made another swing low here. And it ripped up for new heights. Now, the reason why we start with the monthly time frame is because the monthly is telling the little guys what to do. Okay, the monthly time frame has a destination. It's going somewhere. It has a mission. And when that mission has been engaged, the monthly tells the minutes what to do. It goes, okay, I am going to go up to, let's just say the body of this closure here. And you're down here, let's say, right at the 786, and the month it's like, okay, I'm going up here now. So the monthly signs a contract with the lower time frames, and they're like, look, I need you to build me a concrete step up to the bottom of this candle. And then the little guys sign the contract and they go, okay, let's go. Bunk, bunk, bunk. We got you there. Right? If the little time frames made up the bigger time frames, then how is this so perfect? How is it so perfect in every single cycle? Not just one, not two, but all of them. Every single cycle. Okay, it comes down. Well, I'll put that on the body there, right where I like it. It comes down, hits the 786 retracement, and then blasts off. It's perfect. So when the monthly's making your bull flag, the little time frames have to build to where the monthly tells it to go. Otherwise, the monthly time frame would be a mess. And it's not. It's perfect. So that was one cycle, and then you've seen this cycle. I submit to you, go into the index and go right to the beginning of Bitcoin and go and pull your fibs from the bear low to the bull high and tell me that it isn't perfect. They say nothing's 100% in trading. Well, I found it. Fibs, the 786 is your best friend. So when the monthly is making a pattern, the little time frames have to comply. They have to do what the big time frames are doing. Or it wouldn't look like this. It would just be an absolute mess. So after this candle blasts through that swing high there, you've got a market structure break in the monthly time frame. This is huge. This is telling you higher prices are involved. Whether it be retail or institutions, that candle right there that broke through that swing high, that's telling you we're going up. Right? So this didn't exist at the time. So this is our SR flip right here. And you can use the wicks or the bodies. I like both. But look at how this candle comes and touches that SR flip and then blasts off. This is a very, very beautiful trade for the month. So after price is in a discount, touching the 786 retracement and a market structure break, we can anticipate higher prices. Now we have a bias. We have a direction. Where do these candles likely want to expand to? Which direction? So I'm always targeting opposing swing highs, right? So we're just playing devil's advocate here. This is like the introductory level to becoming a long-term swing trader. So let's just say, for example, that this candle broke and we're going to drop into our weekly time frame. Right? So after this guy here, this monthly candle breaks that high right there, we got a market structure break. So what are we looking for? Well, we're looking for a means of a retracement. And this was the SR flip right there, right? That candle dug in here a little bit, and then moved higher. And we're in the weekly time frame. So these are all very, very nice candles. Well, these ones not so much, but you can do a lot with the weekly range. Way more than you ever thought possible. So you're waiting. This isn't an entry here. Why isn't that an entry? I thought we were looking for SR flips, not for entries. We're looking at our fibs for entries. Okay, 786 retracement in the daily time frame. You can squinch this up just a little bit, and that hits perfectly. I know because I got in it. So after a market structure shift, your mind is your retail mind is going, oh, it's going up. It's just going to keep mooning. So I'm going to get in. And then it comes against you and you're like, dang it. Why is it coming against me? Well, because it's got to grab liquidity from all the people who thought this was just going to continue forever. And believe me, I thought so too. I demo traded this entire thing. I demo traded this entire thing, not even realizing about cycles, didn't know squat about crypto. And I'm like, wow, I can just get into it whenever, when I feel comfortable, because it just continues up. No, that's not how it works. You want to find a means of a retracement to get in on after you see a market structure shift. And I'm telling you, you can do this in any time frame. But for you guys that want to swing trade, and I know Lord Barkington isn't here, but this is for you, bud. And I know you're going to watch this later because I'm going to make you watch it. Oh, there you are. You are here. God bless you, buddy. This is for you, man. And all the ones like you. Right on, bro. Right on. You're going to take way less trades, but you're going to make a hell of a lot more money. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Day trading and scalping is fine. But as we just went through it, it's hard to stop. And it's hard to remain consistent. At least if you're swing trading, which is holding for 2 weeks or more, at least if you're swing trading, you are giving yourself expectations of time, right? So even though the daily candles are moving up and moving down, it's like that's not even a part of your reality anymore. And this is just for people who want to utilize, swing trading. So you've got a blast up. This right here is institutional sponsorship, that move up. It's telling you that the big boys are favoring higher prices. So we want to get in on a retracement. And that retracement was met beautifully. And then where did it go? Well, here is a double top right there. So this is resistance, and it snapped through. Oh, I didn't want to do that. It snapped through this resistance here, this double top that's supposed to reverse price. Does that look like it reversed price? No, 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 no. So now we've got another SR flip. And this is the reason why I use it in the monthly and the weekly predominantly, is because it's where it really matters in my eyes. So here it is right there. Bang, retracement, bang, SR flip. And that weekly candle right there, beautiful. Right now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks straight, 2 months, it didn't do squat. And then this bull flag failed miserably. Maybe you were able to anticipate. I know Sammy called this short. I know he did. And maybe you were able to anticipate this dump yourself, or maybe not, or maybe you missed it, but you're back on support now. So because price for 1, 2, 3 weeks straight wasn't showing a willingness to come down here, it was, pretty much giving you a solid idea that it wasn't going down, or it would have snapped down easily. If it wants to go down, it's gonna. And if it doesn't, then it's not. So now you've got price making new highs. Okay, all the swing highs are getting blown out while all the swing lows remain intact. So clearly this is an uptrend. Now this candle on some charts did dip below here. Okay, but when you have a market structure break, you want to see a break to and through like this guy did to this guy, not just some piddly little wick and then gets rejected like that on some charts here. I mean, like break to and through and flip into resistance. That is a market structure shift. So we're clearly in an uptrend, and price finally blasts off to what retail sees as resistance. Okay, now I wasn't short until we got into half of this inefficiency right here, just for the record. And yeah, this right here, that low to this candle right here, that was my position trade. That was my swing trade right there. And it took a long time, but I made a boatload. Like, it was a very nice trade. And for those who've been with me for a while, I've been targeting 42K since forever ago. Since this this candle right here, I've been targeting 42K. So I've been sitting in that trade forever. Now, how could you possibly exploit all this for your gains? Well, obviously you need to learn TA, but you also have to trust it, right? Every single week, you're going to have an expansion one way or the other. So it's up to you to figure out which way that weekly candle wants to expand. So just use this little bit of price action here, especially this mess, because I don't just want to show you perfect stuff. Okay. I want to show you stuff where it's hard to trade and you might take losses. Okay. Nothing in trading. You're never going to be 100%. I'm not 100%. My mentor's not 100%. We might go on a win streak, but we also go on losing streaks. Okay. It's all mental. It's all emotional. So, and this is like next level stuff here. Okay. This is like I hope you guys download this and really, get down with what I'm saying here. Once you close a candle above a down close candle after a nice move like this and you take liquidity. How do I know liquidity's down here? Well, because it's logical. Where do the books tell you to put your stop losses? Right here. So all the guys who were lucky enough to catch this bottom here now have their stop losses crammed right here. Where did that wick go and stop? It just dipped into the liquidity as much as it needed to and then took off. I'm going to show you guys what a bullish order block is. Okay, and this is only going to help you with your trading. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to, interfere with any of your technical analysis. It's only going to enhance it. When you have liquidity taken and an up close candle closes above the opening of a down close candle previous to it, this becomes a bullish order block. Okay, now by itself, this means nothing. But when you're in the proper market environment, it means a hell of a lot. So at the time, we were ranging out here, obviously. Okay, so you've got your premium market, which you're not longing both legs in a premium market. If you're not in from the bottom, of course, you're using the lifer system to continue up and see where you're going to go. But as far as opening up a position, no. You do not long in a premium market. You long in a discount. You short in a premium, period. And you just grab your range and you put your halfway point on your fibs, and anything beneath is in a discount. So you're looking for bullish patterns. You're looking for all the stuff that you've been taught to play out, okay? You're not playing both legs in a premium market, and this is why. So we're in a discount. It grabs liquidity and gets rejected heavily, okay? It doesn't flip it into resistance and then continue on downward. No, this candle closes above the opening of this down close candle here. This is your bullish order block right there. Okay, now you can use the wick. I like to use half the wick. When we've closed near the wick, and this is for your notes, when you've closed near the order block's wick, I use half the wick as an entry. If it decides to come down to the body, I will use that as another means of an entry. So half that wick was met, and you can see how price mooned from there. Okay, these are all weekly candles. Okay, so what happens? This candle here closes above a down close candle's open. So what is this? It's a bullish order block. Price comes down, hits the bullish order block, digs into the wick, a little bit deep, but we allow it to come into at least half the body. We don't want to see it close below, or it's not a bullish order block. All right, so this is the risk that you're taking. Now we come into the order block, and then for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks now, rippage, absolute carnage. Okay, now there was 3-day bullish divergence in here. So there you go. There's, you're doing the lifer checklist, and you can see that everything was aligned. You're not changing the game. You're not, learning something new and just gravitating towards something entirely different. This is how bullish order blocks are made. Okay, and the opposite is for a bearish order block. Now, granted, you might have gotten stopped out of this one. It's going to happen. Okay, just Bitcoin loves to grab liquidity. This candle here, after taking liquidity from this high here, how do I know there's liquidity? Well, because there's a bearish engulfing candle here. So that means that all the stops are right here. That's where the books tell you to put them. Where did price go and stop on a dime? Right there at liquidity. Right? So now you've got this next bearish engulfing candle. You have this bearish order block here. Price comes and digs into the liquidity and then trades down. So it stopped you out just to go your direction, right? Typical. That right there is your bearish order block in a premium market. So when you're swing trading, you're looking at the monthly for a direction. Which direction do you want to go? And then you're looking at your weekly for, does the weekly confirm the direction the monthly is headed? And then you go into your daily time frame and you go, okay, well, if I'm bullish and I'm on support, that means I want to be looking for a market structure shift. Now, granted, there is one here. Okay, so you might have been stopped out of this one. That's totally cool. This candle closed above these down close candles, so you'd be anticipating this to be your bullish order block, and you might have gotten stopped out. You can't be, just because you get stopped out doesn't mean that your model's broken. It doesn't mean that it's over. That just means you have to try again. That's all it means. And especially Bitcoin, it's got an attitude. Okay, it doesn't run like traditional markets. It's got an exotic time schedule, and admittedly, it's really annoying, but it's even more so true that you can't let it get you down than at all the other markets. Okay, knowing that it has a temper and an attitude problem is, can be to your benefit, as long as you're expecting it. You have that expectation that it's going to come down on you and that it might go your direction. So don't stress, don't worry about it. You'll find other opportunities. So as this comes down and takes liquidity, gets rejected heavily, making a market structure shift, this guy comes down. Where did this candle close? Above this down close candle here. But now you have consecutive ones. You have two nice consecutive ones here before this little compression candle here that doesn't really do nothing. So that I would consider both these consecutive candles the bullish order block. And because it closed way above the wick, I'm using the wick as an entry. Okay, bang. When you have a market structure shift and you have a nice impulsive move like this is institutional sponsorship. These are the big dogs right here. Okay, not little retail people like you and I. I'm talking about institutional level traders, the guys in the shadows. Bang, that's where they're entering. Okay, down close candles are money. Everything in trading is the opposite of life, like straight up the opposite. Down is up is down. And that goes into the hard work that you put in. You might be putting in hard work, but it's also your kryptonite, because you're supposed to be working hard at trading less, right? So all those weaknesses and strengths and things you find hard about trading, you're going to end up learning that everything that you've done your entire life, trading is the exact opposite. You have to work hard at waiting. You have to work hard at being disciplined every day and being consistent at being disciplined. That's the hardest part about trading. So after this comes down, bang, you're looking for down close candles to support new down close candles. That's it. When Bitcoin is in a mood and it's time for it to run, you will see this become very true in your charts. And this is how I called the bottom here. And here. And here. Sniping exact bottoms. Never any drawdown. Stress-free. Oh, did you miss that? That's okay. You got another opportunity. And then price moved up, took out this swing high. Did you miss that entry? No problem. Look for another one. You're not chasing candles. You're not chasing this pump. You're chasing the dump. It's going to dump. It's going to come after the chasers. Practice this. When you see red candles, that's money. These green candles, they're only money if you're in it. Now look at how many times a breakout artist would have gotten stopped out. 1, 2, 3, 4. At this point, they're pissed off and maybe liquidated to the point where they don't want to be in the market. And then when it's time for it to run, and you just spent all this time chasing breakouts, now it's actually breaking out and trading upward and expanding upward. And guess what? You're not in it. If you're a breakout artist, you're choked. Like you're absolutely wrecked. You're ready to give up on trading. It sucks. It's not for you. Everybody's system is an idiot. And, you're ready to throw in the towel. Now, if you miss this pump, don't worry about it. There's going to be so many more, right? And now look at what happened. Okay, I put out this to the group that this is a propulsion block. And again, you don't need to know everything that's going on in the candlesticks, okay? You don't have to change anything that you're doing. Where did I submit? Yeah, daily. Is it 4 hour? You just got to pull fibs. That's it. You just got to pull fibs. So when these candles start trading downward, it's dumping, right? That's money. The red is money. That's not fear. I swear they put those candles red just to induce that much more fear into the markets, like psychologically, like, like stop and red gas cans and, warning labels, they're all red. So it's like right away, just psychologically right off the bat, they're like, don't trade these red candles, okay? They're red. They are on fire. They will burn you. Wait for the green guys. I'm telling you here and now that these red candles are money, serious money. And that's how I was able to snipe that and come right up to here with my trade. And I'm content with that. So swing trading. Okay, so back to the weekly. We're in the 4 hour now. I'm getting ahead of myself. Swing trading weekly ranges. You want to be buying in a discount and you want to wait for proof of the move. So when it goes up, you're not buying here. You're waiting for the retracement. You're looking for price to make a swing low. Now, if you don't know what a swing high and a swing low is, let me show you how simple this is. And Sammy, if you're listening, this is not a swing failure pattern. This is just simply a swing high. And this is how they're formed. This is how they're created. And this is how you can utilize them. So a swing high is nothing more than 3 candlesticks. Okay. And one has a higher high and it has a lower high on either side of it. Okay. Now what you are anticipating when you close this candle here lower than that is you are anticipating lower prices and you want to see this low get blown out. So price maybe comes up, opens, finds a high, and then runs out the low. Now, by itself, this means absolutely nothing. But played in the right environment, it means a lot. And the opposite is to be said about a swing low. Okay, we're swing traders. So it's important that we know what swing highs and swing lows are. Okay, so this guy here has a lower low with a higher low on either side. Now, once this candle here confirms these 3 as a swing low, you can be anticipating higher prices. So you can put your stop loss right here, enter wherever you'd like, and because it's the weekly range, you're anticipating these highs to get blown out. And that's a swing trade. Now, you're going to take a lot less trades, but you're going to make a lot more. I guarantee, I promise you. Okay. Scalping is fine if that resonates with you. It's hard to quit. Once you make gains, it's hard to stop. It really is. So again, by itself, this means nothing, but played in the right environment and in our 786, you can anticipate it going up. You can trust it. Now, these 3 candles up or it can be up or down closed candles, a swing high or swing low. It doesn't matter what color they are. It doesn't matter about the wicks or the bodies. It just has to be in this structure. So when you're in a discounted market, you're looking for a swing low, right? There's your swing low right there on the 618. So now you're in a discount. You went from discount premium back to a discount, makes a swing low here. Look at what happens. This candle here closes, confirms this a swing low, and look at what happened. It rips up for new heights. Okay, now that you're in a premium, this swing high here gets confirmed by this candle here and then runs out the lows. Comes back up to a premium, makes a swing high, down. Comes up, makes a swing high, down. Comes up, makes a swing high, down. Now we're in a discount. Swing low. This candle here confirms a swing low. We got a market structure shift on this swing high here. Comes down, hits that wick, and then rides up into a premium market. Swing high, down. Swing high, down. Swing high, swing low, down. Now we got a swing low, swing low, swing low, swing low, quote unquote support in the daily time frame. This is why I don't subscribe to it, because this will get blown out more often than not. I'm waiting for this to get blown out. This is called the turtle soup long. And this is just when liquidity gets dipped into ever so gently and then rides up for new heights. Now look at this. Swing low in a discount into liquidity. This candle here closes, confirms that these three candles are a swing low, and then rips up. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's so simple. So when you're in your month, you want to see what in market, and I know the move's over now as far as getting in on a swing low for the monthly time frame. So look at this monthly time frame in a discounted in the range that we're in, like, because we're on an SR flip here, right? So we're in a new environment, and you've got your discount and your premium. Swing low confirmed here. This candle finds a low, runs up, fills in this inefficiency. Does it touch that candle yet? It hasn't touched that candle yet. I would like it for it to come up and touch this guy here. And then, yeah, so these three candles confirmed a swing low. They can be any color, up or down close. This could be a body if it wanted to be. Look at this guy, 786 retracement, bang. This candle here confirms a swing low once it closes. And look at what this candle did. It mooned. So you're measuring your environment, premium and discount, and you're looking for a swing low. Now, granted, that did make a swing low here. So you might have been anticipating higher prices. It does take out the previous month's wick, but it hadn't hit the 786 yet. When I see a double bottom on a 786, I know it's coming down here. I am waiting patiently for this to come and touch my 786. This is a signature in the markets where you have a double bottom above a 786. That is generating liquidity for it to come and grab those positions and then distribute them at their profit, market makers and whales alike. So again, we're in a discounted market. We've got this candle here confirming these three as a swing low. And what are we anticipating? Higher prices. What are we aiming for? Well, we're aiming for old highs, right? Old highs achieved. So that being said, if we want to get real animated before a pullback, that swing high is where I will be looking for a target. We broke to the 786, the 618. We're not quite at the 786 yet, and we got to get through this candle here. This is our deciding candle right here. If we got to start busting through this guy, so I want to see it come up into there. But this is how you swing trade, guys. Very simple. There's nothing ambiguous. There's no hidden secrets. You don't need a bunch of stuff. You just need swing lows and swing highs and learn how to play them. That's it. For your bigger time frame. So the month we're coming here, we're going, okay, I've got a swing low created on the 786. Bang! Nice. Going to the weekly time frame. And that right there was our tap. Comes up, market structure shift. Now you can just be long. You can just be long in here and not even worry about it. Stop loss below here. If you break, here, this is the beauty of it. Okay, if you break this swing low here, guess what? You don't have a trade. Why? Because it's continuation. Just like this guy here. It was broken here, so that's continuation. But now we've actually touched the 786, so the light bulb's turned on, right? This one here closes, bang, we're long. Stop loss below here. If you break that wick, you're wrong, and you got to try again. And it's okay. Sometimes it does come deep into a 786 retracement. Absolutely. Sometimes, because we're just measuring human fear at this point for the longs, right? So it comes down to 78.6% fear for the long positions. Sometimes it can come down here. It can come all the way down to 100% fear without taking out our previous low, a bear market low. So you just got to keep trying. Okay. Whoever came up with that, don't catch falling daggers, that guy is not profitable. And him teaching that to everybody in the space, in the trading game, was a real disservice. But, you know, we can't have exit liquidity without suckers. So it is what it is. It's a tough game, but life is tough. And, you know, if life was easy, we'd all not be here. Is the breakout artist the same as the starving artist? Yeah. So swing trading, guys, monthly has confirmed a direction. You can just open up a trade, just like well, a lot of you aren't in my classes, but you can just open up a trade here, stop loss below there, make it within your risk, still only ever risk your 1%. So if you were to risk $1,000, or wait, I guess a lot of you don't have $100,000 accounts. Let's just say you're risking, man, even like, I don't know, what's a normal account size? Like $5,000. So you're risking $50, right? And we'll go to a good spot would be that resistance candle right there. That would be a good spot to take profits, and then we'll put our thing right there. So this is a 18.26 risk reward ratio. Okay, so if you're risking $50, you times that by 18, and that's a $900 win. Okay, it's not huge. Okay, and it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. It took 10 months to hit that and make $900. Hey, it is what it is, right? Now, if you're convicted, I actually turn my risk up to about 5% sometimes, okay? Especially when I'm real convicted on the move. I don't mind risking 5% on a high probability trade. And this to me is really high probability. Yeah, 10 months, okay, that's Bitcoin. That's just the way it is. I know it's horrible, but that's swing trading, right? Now, if you wanted to take it to the next level, you can risk more than 1%. And that's just on a $5,000 account, right? Like, I know some of you guys are super loaded and have very respectable size of accounts. But here, I'm going to show you how this works, okay? Go into the weekly time frame. No, 4 hour. Okay, so if you're looking for a direction, you can utilize your 4 hour just the same way I was showing you in the daily with your candlesticks. Now, when it's time, you'll see that old down close candles are supporting new down close candles. So how we had an inclination that this thing was going to rocket was because we had our double bottom, our stop hunt. You had your double bottom, your stop hunt. So the price is fractaling off. It's leaking off into the smaller time frames and into the higher time frames, both simultaneously. So after you have your market structure shift here, right? You've got swing highs getting blown out here really nicely, comes back down, respect of the 786 retracement, and then she moons. So look at where my stop was here. Okay, look at how wide it was. Okay, in the monthly time frame. But now that we're in the 4-hour time frame, we don't want to see the 786 blown out. If it's blown out, it is continuation, period. But now we can move our stop loss to this swing low. Come on, you little bugger, right there. Yeah, right there. Okay, now that 18 risk reward has now turned into 37. Well, how is that? Well, because the wider your stop loss is, the less you get to use in the trade. So when you drop into your smaller time frames, you're able to refine what's going on here. So did I need to drop into the lower time frames to find an entry? No, it was very good, but I did need to refine my stop loss. So now that 18-1 has now turned into 37. Well, we'll say 38, right? So if you're risking $50 times 38, that's $1,900 in 10 months, right? I know. Okay, I know, but this is trading. If you want to be in crypto, you're going to have longevity, right? Now, that's not to say that you can't pull a Sammy and freaking have two accounts, one for swinging, one for scalping, for when you do have the opportunity to be in the markets, you can obviously scalp a daily range, right? So that right there is a banger, absolute banger. So back to the weekly time frame. All you need is a direction. If you figure out the direction first, worry about your entries after. Okay. You just need to have a sense of what direction the market might be headed to next. And when you're in a discount, you're looking for your swing lows, you're looking for your market structure shift. This is the money printer model textbook right in there in the 4-hour that I just showed you. Double bottom, well, relative equal lows, triple, quadruple, hexa bottom, taken out, money printer model, rip for new heights. So in the weekly time frame, you're dropping in here and look at what happens. You make a swing low here, right? This candle here that closed confirmed this as a swing low. So we can be getting long in here. Now, if you want to hold this for the week, you're opening there. Oops, wrong one. You're opening on your closure here, right? Stop loss beneath this sucker right there, because you don't want to break that. This guy here. Stop loss right there, and then you're targeting old highs, right? So that right there, that's a 14-1 risk reward. Now, at the time, obviously, this double top was not made yet, so we could be targeting these highs here. That's a very respectable place to anticipate price moving to. And look at how it stopped dead in its tracks right there. That went from 14 to 25. And this one took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks. And then your runner, if you left one. So instead of 10 months, this one took 10 weeks and you made almost the exact same freaking risk reward. Just by refining what's going on from the monthly into the week. Now, if you go to the daily time frame and you're in here, right? Where's your swing low? Well, you're on a 786 retracement. So there's your swing low there. Confirmed, closed, bang, stop loss right there. Now it's 44. 44-1 risk reward ratio in 10 weeks. So if you were risking $50 times 44, that's $2,200 in 10 weeks. So that's what, 2.5 months for $2,200. Now I'm just using $50 as a risk, right? If you were using $100, that'd be $4,400 in 2 months. How much money is it going to take for you to claim success? That's going to be totally unique to each and every one of you. Forget the Lambos, forget the jets. That will come later when you finally hone in on the skill and you can keep. I trust this model like you wouldn't believe. Okay, like I really, really trust it. So, and let's just say, for example, let's say I was risking $1,000, right? You know, one of my accounts is, well, I guess you just seen it, cat's out of the bag. So my 150K account is now $253,000 or something like that. So 150, no, 1,500 was a risk, and then so times by 44. So that's a $66,000 trade right there. And that's just risking 1%. I trust it. So I would risk 5%, right? So let's just use 5,000 times 44. That's a $220,000 move right there. And of course, that's a bigger account. And, I'm just showing you the potential of what can happen when you trust your model. And swing trading, So, for example, this one took me almost all year from this entry here, and it was just instantly bang, hit, and I was in profits. I didn't need to catch a swing low. It hit the 786, and I took it to this guy right there. And my risk was relatively small because I was waiting for other entries, but I don't even, oh yeah, so hold on a second. 786. Okay, so this was a 10-to-1 risk reward for me. And yeah, I waited 10 months, but my risk was just a little over 1%. And, it was fairly decent. Yeah, it took 10 months. So that's like $1,000 a month. What's it going to take for you to be successful? Now, if you just need, for now, some extra grocery money, the car payment, help with your mortgage, if you can be disciplined, consistent, and patient, you are a pro trader. It's the only thing holding you back from being a super professional. And I felt this. There's a lot of us going through this right now where we just think we're Conan the Barbarian and we're just going to go out there and start ripping it up and thinking we're just going to come in here every day, any day, and catch gains and everything's going to be fine. And I'm telling you, that's not trading. Okay. It's not, Sammy might be able to do it on the live, and, that's his gig. He's conditioned himself to do that. So, I'm not you. I'm not Sammy. You're not us. We're all unique individuals. So that being said, when you guys see people in the 99 just murdering it, that's their hard work. That's their risk exposure that they're comfortable with. That's their model that they worked hard to trust. And I'm telling you, don't get caught up in other people's hard work. Okay, don't be that guy on the job site that's bringing everybody down. And I'm not saying you are. I'm using this as an example. Okay, don't be that guy on the job site that's causing commotion because there's a guy working harder than you. Eventually you're going to be that guy that everybody's looking toward for, advice, success. If you're just a little hatchling in your career, my point is, don't feel bad. Don't get down on yourself because there's somebody else around you doing really good. You don't know how long they've been trading. You don't know what they're losing behind the scenes. You don't know how much money they have. You don't know what their risk exposure is. And yeah, we're all learning together and we're all growing together, but you got to be not so hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Like, really write it down in front of you. Like, your day is coming. Your day when you figure this all out. And again, the majority of you here have already worked out the easy stuff. That's already done. You're good to go. Now you have to work on the hard parts, and myself included. Write those down. I know what I got to work on. So whatever it is for you, write those down and put a conscious effort into working on those things and put in the hard work that is required for you to become professional. One day I won't have a 9 to 5. That's great, man. So I'm just going to skim through all these messages. I get on to job owning here. You're on your way, A's. You're on your way. Hell yeah, I got Buddy into trading. We talk every night about the day, bounce ideas off each other. We made a private Discord for us with all of our charts, examples, and educational material. Helps so much to have another person. Word up, man. Word up. Yeah, me and Jesse talking last night just struck some nerves, and I really wanted to share with all of you. No more debts, no more loans, no more credit cards. That's enough to me. Live feeling safe from Euro issue. Yeah. Just you need enough for my family to be financially free. Exactly. So think about it this way. If it was a minimum wage is like what, 140 bucks, 170 bucks a day, right? If you could make $200 a day, would that not be enough on top of what you're earning already, just to start off with? And that doesn't mean trading every day. That means like you make $1,000 one day and you're good all week, right? You know what I'm saying? So last Monday, Tuesday, I made it really good, and I didn't trade barely for the rest of the week. I think I might have traded Friday or something like that, but I didn't need to trade for the rest of the week, and I was comfortable. I want my family to be able to have the experiences they deserve, not crazy, but travel, pay for their school, debts, comfortable, and go on from there. Yeah, man. Have my wife not have to grind and grind. Yeah, man. The world's getting crazy. It's absolutely getting crazy. Man, so far, all I have is hard parts on my trading list. Robbie, you got a lot of work to do, my brother. And I'm there with you, bro. I haven't opened up a trade since last week. I doubled my demo and just studying and watching price action, making sure I see keeps playing out. It takes 10,000 hours to master skill. There are no shortcuts to greatness. Word up, Cisco. Man, you have been I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought you were gonna be one of those guys who was just gonna, lazily do it and not give a flying crap about the inner workings of what it takes. And I'm telling you, you have surprised me greatly. I'm so happy for you, dude. Keep up the great work. Don't slip. And yeah, keep up what you're doing, man. It's good job. A lot of you guys floor me with what you guys do, and I can't believe that it became a reality when so many people are just taking even people who aren't even in the purple crew are just taking the rules based system of the money printer, and you're killing it. Like, it's awesome. It's amazing. You guys are just top rank. Everybody here, like as we were saying in the spaces, everybody here is got the same vibe, the same drive. We all want to learn. We're all respectable, and it's working out. Sammy really created a beautiful, beautiful group of people. Word up, Bellicose. Word up, Jet. I am. Problem is, I'm a professional poker player. That's how I got my money to fund my portfolio. I've had to learn a different type of discipline. Word up, right? It's not about being a poker face. It's like the opposite. I would bet on 2 flies on the wall all my life. I'm a gambler, but I've come way more disciplined in the last 5 to 10 years, but it's still lives in me, as you say. I'm aware of it. And yes, it's still a battle. Word up, man. Pure gold. I need to hear this today. Thank you, brother. How crazy the way things work. Yeah. Charting is so backwards. It's crazy. We relate a lot. I've been living on my own since 16. Yeah, I ran away in grade 8 or 7. I just took off and never looked back. Word up, JJ. Thanks, Timmy, man. Appreciate that. You're another one that just took the skills and went to the moon. And there's no grass on the moon to touch, but we'll import some. For some reason, I'm always angry. Like every moment I'm on fire, ready to pop. Yeah, man. Let it go, man. I don't know how to, like I said before, I don't know what to do for you in that regards. Like, and that it's my mentor says, I can't promise you profitability, but I can promise that you will have a way better, you have a way easier time reading price action than ever. And it didn't hit me why he couldn't promise profitability until like about May. And I was just like, oh, it's because I'm a mess. That's why. We're all messy for our own reasons. Did you ever professionally pimp? That's our D-dubs, man. It's been a while. Glad to see you here. Much love, buddy. As our connection, we both had way too much fun earlier in life. Still need the adrenaline boost. Yeah, isn't it weird how addicting negativity is? It's like it's instant gratification, even though it's not positive gratification. There it is, and it's crazy. It is so addicting. The cycle of negativity is so addicting. So when you're sitting there losing and you're on a losing streak, that badass in me is telling myself to go, where to go. And I gotta literally like it's a constant battle within myself. And, I gotta fight myself and tell myself, dude, take a hike. Like, you don't need to go to work today. This is work. Trading is now become my job. And I don't have to go to work if I don't want to. So I'm going to nana boo boo to myself and, not punch in that day if I don't feel like it. Yeah, I was on the wrong screen. So funny. See, that is so toxic, Aki. If I held on to this, I would have made another 50 ticks. You got to be content with what you get. And also, instead of saying, if I would have done this, I could have made this, switch that to the next time I'm going to leave a runner because it keeps going for me, right? Just switch your vocab just a little bit and journal it as well. Okay. Switch that from, if I could have done this, I could have made that. That's got to go. You say to yourself, you write down, man, my trade played out. I'm very happy. Next time I'm going to leave a runner because every time I close my trade, it keeps running, right? You got to be just a little bit more positive on that. And just like that, CME produces a new high for the year. Word up. Did we get there? Not quite yet. Oh, on the futures chart? Yeah, maybe. Where did you measure the fib from? Well, I start with the local, okay? And if it just keeps blasting through it, what I'm looking for is a swing low in my 786 retracement. That's it. So first I'll start from the local low. Well, I guess at the time it would have been this, right? So first I'll start from this swing low here, right? If that gets blowing to and through, okay, now I'm looking down here. Well, that was blowing to and through. So now I'm looking right here. Bang, 618 achieved. Remember I said in the daily time frame how that touches beautifully. Gorgeous. And then I'm looking for a respect, right? So, and this is the daily time frame. So in the smaller time frames, I'm going to give you guys a super, super duper hand here. Okay. Check this out. A swing low is a cup and handle. That's it. A swing low in the daily is a cup and handle in the smaller time frames. Don't take my word for it. Go and back test it. Amazing. Played in the discounted environment. That's money. That's money. That's my baby. Thank you. Pretty insane. You're welcome, Mike. See, that's been my problem. I keep changing what I'm doing and who I am because I'm trying to be successful in the way other people have been. Yeah, man. And like, you know, you've been kind of, I know you got stuff going on in your life, bro. Hayes. Okay. So, like, you don't have to pay me just to hang out with me, bro. If you want to call me and chat, we can hang out and chat. I'm not that busy, man. Like, I'm still your homie, even though I'm your mentor. We can talk about stuff. I don't mind. You're not intruding. You're not being, what is it? I can't think of the word, but just message me anytime, bro. We can talk anytime, man. Retired hospital administrator. I'm living life and I was looking for a rules-based system. I was tired of overthinking. David, you are nailing it, dude. You are doing the hard work and you're doing really great. I can't say I'm that surprised. You're a more mature person and you know what time it is, yourself, and you've been around the block. So I'm so happy that you're taking the system and growing with it. Like, that's impressive, man. You're welcome, Bellicose. Yeah, Lord Barkington, been in a short this whole Zoom based on fibs up 18%. Being in a BTC short. You counter trading me, man? It's not a good idea. Is it breakout RCA? The guy who said don't catch falling daggers is probably the guy who shorted. Yeah, what a dork. After mitigating a lose, no, not the guy shorting, the guy who said don't catch falling daggers. Like, I don't know why that spread like wildfire. There's like, see the psychological things that people say with keywords just to trip you out, and you're just like, oh yeah, daggers, they hurt. I don't want to keep my fingers. Well, I catch daggers and my fingers are still attached. After mitigating a losing position and creating a liquidation point, if it doesn't reverse, how do you know when to cut the trade off? Oh, you'll know. You'll be sweating, you'll be pissed off, and you will be begging to get out of that position. Just cut it off. I'm the guy on the job site, the hardest working guy, upset at the others who make double what I make doing jack. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of where I was at too, man. Like days go by quicker when you work harder, right? So you think, okay, I got to work hard, I got to trade more. No, it's backwards. You got to work hard at trading less. Greener than waterlogged slapping. One day I won't have the app right on. Hardest to easiest things about trading is about 15-1 right now. Word up. So you guys are realizing there's a lot of hard work to be done. $300 per day, my goal. Consistently, then I can think about leaving the job. Dude, that's great. That's great. That's not hard to achieve at all. Once you get your model and you figure out what you're doing, you'll eventually you're gonna laugh at that. That might be your low-hanging fruit objective for now, but once you hit it big, and I don't mean you need a big fat movement in the market to hit it big. I mean, you're going to use a lot more in the trade because you trust it, and you're going to laugh at $300 a day. That being said, I ended up making a stupid amount of money all week, a couple weeks ago, and then one day I made $2,500 and I was disappointed. I was kind of choked at myself, right? And I totally lost sight of the low-hanging fruit objective, being content with enough. And I'm driving in the car and I'm with my mom and I'm just like, what the hell is wrong with me? Like, what is going on that I need to be just doing so much all the time? And, as we're all together and Jesse and I having a discussion and learning from you guys, I'm realizing that it's because we're all hard workers. If we're not working hard, then we feel like failures. And the hard work is putting in to the aspects of trading that are hard, right? That's the hard work. The last bridge I ever paint. God has big plans for me. Ooh, congratulations, Timmy. Right on. The goal is to trade full time, work part time. Joe, oh, you're on your way, man. You've already just been top rank, dude. Like, that's amazing. Thanks for everything, Jesse, man. I love you, bro. You're welcome. I can't wait to see you on the stage, bro. Re is right. You're welcome, Kenny Kimmy. You're very welcome. I will be a multimillionaire off this God sent knowledge. Yep. See how he said I will be, and I'm gonna try to be. You're very welcome, D Dubs. Your worst enemy is yourself. Yep. Thanks, friend. This message has helped me dust off and reset after my setback yesterday. You're awesome. Word up, DC Gen. Love you, bro. Gratitude for the gains. Don't should on yourself. Anyone notice friend didn't say no to the pimp question? uh, my fuzzy hat's getting in the way. Hold up. Yes. Well, yeah, absolutely. You see where it says tutor in the lifer mentor? And see where it says mentor in the lifer community? Of course, you can message me anytime. And I don't have notifications on my phone turned on. Okay. I don't even turn my ringer on. It's like I'll get to you when I get to you, and for the majority, I'm sitting in front of my computer when, I'm doing trading stuff and, mentoring. But, when I'm away from my computer, that I'm not focused on it, right? I'm with my family or I'm doing whatever. If I don't answer you guys right away, I'm not ignoring you. Okay. Straight up. And when you message me, you're not bothering me at all. I will see my messages when I get to my computer and I'll hit you all up one by one. Don't catch falling daggers. I've caught plenty and not lost a pinky. That's my whole model. Crazy. I never heard anyone say that before besides myself. It says go by quicker. The harder you exactly, right? I work my butt off by default. I commit 1 to 3 hours a day here to the charts, but it's all I can think. But it's all I can do at the moment with work and kids. Yeah. If I could build a decent portfolio over the next 2 or 3 years, bang, that's it right there. I could realistically step away from my construction job. You could do that in probably half that time, my brother. Was able to sneak in the live today. Best decision ever. Winners. Welcome, bro. Well, thank you very much for joining. I love you all. I really hope what I said hit home for a lot of you. I really want to see you all make it. Some of you guys have already made it. Maybe I just helped out a little bit in other areas and you've already figured yourselves out. In which case, congratulations. And we'll catch you on the next live and in the Discord. You're very welcome. Thank you, everybody, for joining. God bless you.